Hi guys! Today's video is going to be on these three Jurassic World Bashers and Biters figures. The reason I'm doing them as a group of three rather than a video for each individual figure is because there isn't a right lot to say about these figures, so I would get a better video from doing them as a group rather than individuals. So in today's group we have the brown variant of the Stegoceratops, the Allosaurus, and Blue. The Stegoceratops and the Allosaurus were from Wave 2, and Blue was, I believe, Wave 3, because I don't think there was a Wave 4. So yeah, so I think this was, Wave 4 would be the hybrid line. So yeah, this is Wave 3. We'll start with the Stegoceratops. Right, so this is the Stegoceratops. This is the second release of this figure with Wave 2. First release with Wave 1 was green, but as far as I'm aware, the actual paint apps were exactly the same colour. It's just the base plastic was green instead of this browny colour. Well, the first thing I'm going to have to say about this figure is its paint job is crap. As you can see on the horns, they have painted this bit of the horns, so like if you're looking at it from above, they've painted the horns and that's it. The rest of the horns is just the base plastic colour. And same with the beak. They've painted the front of it here, but the sides of it are unpainted, so it's crap. And my camera is not picking this up very well because the dinosaur is the same colour as the table. Oh well. One thing I will say about all three of the figures is that they've done the eyes really well. I mean, if my camera will pick that out and focus, you see the eyes have been done quite well, especially this eye. The paint job on the frill is a little bit shoddy. Kind of looks like they've just gone a little bit. Same with the spikes on the top of the frill. I mean, you can see with this one, the paint is literally on the very tip, and then the rest of it is just base colour. So they didn't even bother. I mean, these ones on the side here are better painted. As we come down the side of the figure, as you can see, some more just of paint on the legs here and here. The Jurassic World logo is kind of hidden, unless you put it in the shade and then you can see it. The dino damage wound, that was painted quite well actually. So we've got the flesh that's done as like a reddy pinky colour, and the ribs are done in white. So that's quite well. And the reason I'm picking that out is because one of the other figures is quite a crap paint job on the dino damage. On the Stegosaurus plates, they're moulded. Most of the colour is just the base colour. Then it's got some of like the white around the edges. The Thagomizer, so the tail spikes, has no colour whatsoever. It's just the base plastic colour. Under the belly, it has the same whitey creamy colour as the plates. And I quite like how this, in a way, sort of blends. Yeah, other than that, there's not that much colour. Alright, and one of the things people hate about the Hasbro figures is the bullet holes. So this has 2 here and 2 here. This one's not that bad, because if you've got the leg in the right position, it's hidden. Other than that, it's kind of naff. And articulation-wise, you have to put a lot of effort into moving the front arms, because they really don't want to move. Arms, front legs, and the back legs, they readily move. You still have to put a little bit of effort into it, because it's basically designed to stay like that. There is really no point in the articulation, because if you put it in any other position, let's just move them a little bit. So it's not, yeah, it's not going to be standing up properly. So they're just designed to have all the limbs in this one pose, so it stands. Now the main gist with the bashers and biters is they're basically just gimmicks. They're basically £10 gimmicks. And with all of them, it's you move the tail to activate something at the head end. So with this one, if you move the tail up and down, the head moves in and out, revealing with yet another bullet hole. And if you move the tail left to right, you get the head will shake. Now these are not the best made figures, so if you do it too often or you put too much effort into moving the tail, like if you put too much force into it, you will easily break the mechanism inside these. Because they're mostly made, well I should say they are made for little kids, but even little kids are going to put a lot of effort into it. Because they will want to basically make sure these dinosaurs are fighting. Definitely fighting. So they will be moving that a lot like that, and they'll be putting a lot of effort into it. And I just clicked that. I just heard that click. Oh god, I haven't broken mine. I was going to say, have I literally just broken it, giving the demonstration on how easily it would break? But yeah, I think one YouTuber that I've watched did actually break theirs just from doing that. So anyway, so that was the Stegoceratops, and hang on, it's wobbly. There we go. So that was the Stegoceratops. Moving on to the Allosaurus, which is actually the only one from the three I'm reviewing that I will actually recommend people to get. Because I mean, look at this. It looks cool. It looks so much better than this brown piece of poo. I mean, that's what colour brown. That's what colour poo is. So yeah, so this is the Allosaurus. And you see, nice, vibrant colours. This one is going to stand out on a shelf more than the brown Stegoceratops, which probably explains why this one sold out so quickly. Because when I bought this, I bought the last copy that the shop had, and then I never saw them again in any shop, whether it was the one I actually bought this from or just others. I never saw the Allosaurus again after I bought it. Whether that was either due to A, it was really popular, so it went as soon as it arrived, or B, places realised that the Jurassic World toys weren't selling, so once they'd sold out, they didn't bother getting any new ones in. That one is the most likely. Because in the UK, where I'm from, these were easier to get hold of at Asda, which is basically in the same family as Walmart, if you're American. So yeah, but as soon as they sold out, it took them forever to get a restock. So I think it was because Asda was realising that these were pieces of crap and no one was buying them. And they went on sale quite quickly as well. So that just shows you how bad these figures were. But anyway, let's have a closer look, up close look, that's better, at the Allosaurus. Now once again, the eye has been done really well. I love how the eye looks on this one. The teeth, they have been painted all in one block, but all the teeth are different lengths, so you can make out the individual teeth. Then we've got inside the mouth. The tongue has a little bit of like mold scarring on the tongue, but you're never going to display it with the mouth open because it won't let you, so that doesn't really matter. Coming down, we have the nice little arms. I don't get the pink splodge. That was probably these arms look boring. Let's add some pink. And here's the dino damage on this one. You see, it's still very nicely done with some pink. There's no ribs shown on this one, so there's no white on the inside, but it's still quite nice. Then we've got the legs. Once again, the Jurassic World logo is quite hard to see on this one just because they've put white on pale colours. So they should have really gone for a dark colour to make it stand out. And we've got the feet. I quite like how the feet look on this one, especially this one. And then we just got a little bit of detailing on the tail. I also like the black they've added to the pink on the back. It helps the pink, it helps dull down the pink a bit, so it doesn't look as bad. And obviously with Allosaurus they've got the ridges above the eye. They kind of make it look a little bit like a long-snouted Carnotaurus in a way. Articulation wise, the arms can do a full 360 if they weren't blocked by the body, and of course the legs can move a little bit. But as with the Stegoceratops, there's no point in moving the legs on the Allosaurus. I mean, you can move the arms because the arms, you know, the arms don't affect how this thing stands, so you can easily move the arms. And I just need to readjust this a little bit so it stands. There we go. Because yeah, this one, like one of the things the Hasbro Jurassic World toys are famous for is not standing. Because with the two-legged ones at least, the legs couldn't really support the weight. But this one, if you get the legs in the right position, this one will stand up. Now this one's gimmick is, as with all the Bashers and Biters, you move the tail to move the head. If you move the tail from side to side, the head moves. And if you move the tail up and down, the whole neck moves and the mouth opens. Now you can try and get this in one action. So you can move the tail around in a circle. So you'll move the entire head. So in a way you could have it as like a little animatronic sort of thing. But apart from that, it doesn't really do much else. Oh, and once again with the bullet holes. It has one in the neck. That's the kill shot. It has one there, there, and one hidden there. Once again, that one isn't that bad because it's hidden when you have it standing. But overall, it's still annoying that these toys have bullet holes in the first place. Okay. But that's the Allosaurus. One that I would actually recommend. I mean, overall, I wouldn't recommend any of the Jurassic World toys. I would say save your money for the toys coming out for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, because they look much better. I've watched some reviews of them and they look so much better than the Jurassic World 1 toys. Because, as you know, Hasbro lost the Jurassic World license, so Hasbro is not making the toys for the second one. It has gone to Mattel, and the toys just look so much better. And there's no bullet holes either, I don't think. But anyway, that was the Allosaurus, so we'll just get him over there. And the last one is blue. And this one is just a mess. It's the same mold as the Growlers blue, just shrunk. And they've added some extra joints to it in the neck to basically make sure the gimmick works. Also, this is supposed to be, as you can see with the camera, this is supposed to be blue when she is running with the other raptors and Owen, when Owen's on the bike and they're tracking down the Indominus, because she has the camera next to her. The camera is on a swivel for some reason. Don't know why, but the camera can move. Obviously, this bit, this harness and this trap is obviously not accurate to the film. They just added this to basically add something to the toy, because overall, the blue, this is quite small compared to other Bashers and Biters. So they needed to add something to make the toy a bit more worth the money. But in my opinion, this, because it doesn't attach securely, it just basically just hooks around. This and the harness kind of make this toy look cheaper. It looks cheap and nasty compared to, and let me take it off, compared to when it doesn't have it on. It looks much better without it. And this is just a projectile launcher. And it's supposed to be a net to catch the Indominus. But if it can't even go over Blue's snout, I don't know how this is going to catch the Indominus. So just going to put that there to the side and we'll get a proper look at the toy. So once again, the eye has been done very nicely on both sides. I kind of prefer the eye on this side because there's black around the eye on this side. I don't know if it's going to pick it out because of the lighting. But there is like black paint around the eye. On this side there isn't. It's just all green. And there is, you can kind of see it there. There is a bit of black around the eye here. Very loose as well. The teeth on this one have been painted, like with the Allosaurus, as one, basically just one blob. But it looks awful on this because there really isn't any defining of the teeth. I mean, you got these odd bigger ones poking out the front, but that's it. And on this side, you've got the paint leaking onto the lips. As we go further down the body, the detail on this kind of looks like someone smudged it. So you know, like when you do a drawing in pencil and you've got it really detailed, and then you just smudge it out like that, and you've still got the detail there, but it softens it. And that basically looks like what they've done on this figure, especially on the neck and body. The tail doesn't look that bad. The tail's detail is okay. But, and this is the one with the dino damage that's painted badly. I mean, as you can see, you can hardly see it. The ribs have been painted red instead of white, and the actual flesh on the inside has been painted the same colour as the skin. So it basically looks like a scar has healed over and Blue's got a tattoo. Basically. Articulation, the arms can move. The legs can move as well, but not that much. This one doesn't stand up very well on its own, I say, as it stands up. But it's going to be better if you just put this arm down so it's got something to lean on. So it's basically like a three-legged thing. You can put all four arms down, but this one doesn't actually touch the ground. So you just leave it as 3 legs, and then this arm can just be like roar. The Jurassic World logo does stand out really nice on this one because it's a dark figure with some light lettering for the logo. Obviously this is supposed to be blue, and if you've seen the film, Blue should have a nice blue streak running down the side of her body, well, both sides, but there's no blue on this one. There's green, there's the cream, and there's black, but there's no blue. So, going off the way they actually named Blue, this one should be called Black, in a way. And its gimmick is once again with the tail. You move the tail up and down, and the head moves, and the mouth opens. This doesn't have any tail side to side gimmick, it's just an up and down gimmick. So they've basically taken both gimmicks from this, so up and down for the mouth, side to side for the head moving. They've taken both gimmicks from this and put it as one gimmick on this one. So if I stand up, so if I show you from the front, you can see the head moves to the side as well as the mouth moving. Well, another thing I will say I like about this figure is the tongue. They've got some nice detail on the tongue, and the paint job's quite nice on it as well, and the inside of the mouth. Just the whole inside of the mouth, basically. Yeah, overall, this one is not the best figure. Let's just put this back on. Yeah, I believe this one was also part of a playset with Owen and a bike as well, but it was also just available as its own figure. I was more interested in the dinosaur than the Owen figure because I saw a review of the whole playset, and basically the bike and the Owen figure are literal bits of crap. This is also a bit of crap, but I mean it's one that you can sort of play with. You really can't play with the Owen in the bike. But anyway. Oh yeah, another thing was the like the credit writing. I was like, why put it on the tail? If anything, put it underneath so it doesn't ruin the mold. Because on Blue and the Stegoceratops, it's on the base of the tail, ruining the mold. It's better on the Allosaurus because it's under the feet, so it doesn't ruin the mold. So another reason why the Allosaurus is the better one. Oh, and as for bullet holes, I need to set the gun off. Blue has one here, just behind the arm, one above the leg, and one there, hidden by this leg. So when you've got the equipment on her, and you've got the gun on her as well, this one's actually probably the best one in terms of hiding bullet holes, just because there's the one down here that's hidden, and there's this one here that can be hidden by the arm. But overall, this one is still crap. So we'll bring them all in, so we can do the size comparisons. Just put the Allosaurus there. There we go. So first size comparison is with the World of Nintendo Fox McCloud figure. You can see the Allosaurus is about the same height. Maybe the tail might make him a little taller. Darn it. See, it might like to stand up, but you can knock him over so easily. Yeah, the Allosaurus tail makes it a little bit taller, but that's it. Up next is the Funko Five Nights at Freddy's sister location figure Funtime Freddy. As you can see, he's taller than all of them. Yeah, he's a lot taller than all of them. Once I have the rest of the wave for this, I will do a group review of the entire wave, but I am aware I still need to review wave 2. So the Nightmare animatronics. And last but not least is Figma Karitsugu. And he's just taller than all of them. He's just too tall for his own good. Figmas are compared to dinosaurs. Should be the other way around. The dinosaurs should be up here. Yeah. So I'll just put them over here. Reorganize them. And there we go. So that was my review of these 3 Bashers and Biters figures from Jurassic World. Overall, bits of crap. Do not buy them. Unless you can find them ridiculously cheap and you're wanting to collect Jurassic World toys, then by all means, buy them. But I would not recommend paying full price for them. These were £10 in the UK, which it's fairly cheap. And this is the only one the Allosaurus is the only one I paid full price for. This one I got for about £3 from TK Maxx, and this one was about, I think it was about £7 or £8 from Smith's, because they had Jurassic World stuff on sale. So yeah, that's my review of them, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!